Hi, everyone. Welcome to another ThinkTribe podcast. So we're talking a lot about learnings from 2020 and all the challenges it obviously brought to the digital world, and looking ahead to 2021. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of similar challenges and a whole set of new challenges as well. But to talk about that today, we're joined by Matt from Netacea, a partner of ours who specialise in bot management. Hi, Matt. Welcome. Do you want to give us a quick introduction to yourself and Netacea?
Sure thing. It's a pleasure to be here and speaking with you. My name's Matthew Grayson McMinn. I'm the head of threat research at Netacea. Netacea, we're a bot management experts essentially. And what we do is we assist our customers with issues with bots, as you might suspect. We use machine learning and human analysts in order to examine traffic to their websites, their API, any sort of bot-based threats, and work with them to identify and mitigate against those sorts of threats. Within threat research specifically, we're involved with trying to help drive improvements to the product and to the information going forwards to our bot operators, who are our specialist team who watch real-time data and react to threats as they develop. And what we do is we go out and look at the bot operators, the sorts of attacks they're developing, the sorts of tools they're using, dismantle them, understand how they behave, look at the sorts of things they're targeting, the sorts of people they're targeting, if they're targeting our customers, that sort of thing, and try and look at where they're developing, where these bots landscape is going, in order to better improve our machine learning algorithms that provide a sort of first stage of protection and stop most of the bot attacks, and then also to inform our bot operators so that they have useful intelligence coming to them to help them make good decisions as they are blocking attacks.
It's a really interesting space, and there's a lot of synergy between what you guys do and what we do in terms of capacity planning and performance and capacity testing. And one of the really interesting things we saw last year, there was a number of big high-profile product releases, PS5 and Xbox notably, that hit a lot of retailers in terms of high traffic volume. But along with obviously expected traffic, that also attracts a large amount of bots, which is something that I hadn't necessarily thought about before. And those malicious bots, I guess, target the merchandise and try and snap it up faster than humans can. And I read recently that over 50% of e-com traffic is now made up by bots, which is quite mind-boggling. For those who haven't maybe given it as much thought as similar to myself in the last few months, could you maybe give us an overview of what bot traffic is essentially, and the different types of bots, and how they manifest themselves?
Yeah, certainly. So bot is a fairly catch-all, quite a broad term. When we talk about bots, you've probably heard of things like chatbots. You've probably interacted with them if you've ever been on either an e-commerce or any other sort of support site. You often end up starting by talking to a chatbot and then finally getting through to a human afterwards. That's one type of bot. So a bot essentially is a computer program that performs an action automatically for someone, whether that's talking to customers or providing some sort of level of support. Or Google, for instance, use bots as well that trawl the website, web crawler bots. They go through the web looking for content and then provide Google with the information it needs to list things and index them. So those are sort of good bots that you don't really want to be stopping. Certainly Google, you don't want to be stopping. If you start blocking Google's web crawler bots, you probably disappear off Google's pages. And I imagine the marketing team will be quite angry at that. They usually don't take that one so well. There is, however, a dark side to bots. So like a lot of technology, there's a light side and a dark side to it. A bot is just a simple computer program that does something automatically. So it can do good things automatically, or it can do bad things. And the bad thing is really where Netacea tries to help our customers. So bots, even in bad ways, can do a lot of different things. You've got everything from, with the PlayStation 5s you mentioned, with the scalper bots. So those generally work by monitoring for when something becomes available. Or say a PlayStation 5, so they'll be constantly making lots and lots of requests to a website looking for the exact moment where that the PlayStation 5 becomes available, whether that's with a page for the PlayStation 5 going live, or whether that's say the stock notice from product unavailable to product available changing. they'll be monitoring it. And that can, be fairly small scale on a website, as you might imagine. If it's only, say, once every 5 minutes, not much different to someone just hitting F5 or refreshing, say, a particularly keen customer looking for that. But it can get a lot worse. So some bot operators, and quite a lot of them, in fact, are very keen to start to try and make sure they are the ones to get these products. And they will make thousands of requests every minute, if not every second. They'll push the bot as hard as they can to try and make as many requests. And that can, having, say, 10 people connect every second isn't so bad. Having 10,000 starts to increase infrastructure costs quite significantly. So you can see how even a small, low-scale bot could make, say, 500 to 1,000 times the footprint of, say, an ordinary user. You also have, at that point then, once they've identified the product, you have another sort of stage in the bot, whether it's that bot or a different bot that comes piggybacking on the back of the first one, that will put the product in the cart and try and complete the purchase. However, there are other areas in which we also see bots. So click fraud with advertising, where bots will click on ads to sort of either get pay-per-click money coming through, or to just mess with marketing statistics, as sometimes happens, or just to try and burn through a competitor's marketing budget. That's another risk of those. And you see a variety of other bots. You've probably heard of botnets launching DDoS attacks and that sort of thing as well. There's a huge variety within how these manifest, and they can cause a lot of different types of damage.